What's going on, world? Steve Dab 317 back with another reaction video, and this one is going to be a bit different. But before I talk about it really quick, for those of you who celebrate Thanksgiving, I wanted to real quick say, hey, I appreciate you spending part of your day with me. Happy Thanksgiving to me, and do me a favor down in the comments. Let me know either what you prepared for today, what you look forward to eating, or maybe the favorite thing that you've already consumed. It is actually, I don't know what time this video is going to drop. I'm just going to record it, schedule it, get it dropped, so I have content coming your way, because I know a lot of people are off today and you may have some downtime in between time. But anyways, this was a recommendation. It's called the Mandela Effect. I have no idea what it is. It was recommended to me by somebody else to react to, so I figured, hey, I'll check it out. So first video I found was like, what is the Mandela Effect? So with no further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it.
Welcome to I'm Your Target Demographic, and every Wednesday we explain something, either a fandom, a hobby,
captions.
Whatever. Today we are explaining a phrase, and gosh, I don't know how to really start this, but let's talk about the Mandela Effect. And it all starts with Nelson Mandela, even though it has very little to do with him. So let's start at the beginning.
That was my first guess, that it had something to do with Nelson Mandela, because that's the only exposure I've had to the term Mandela, I guess, at least that I can think of. So,
gosh, I don't know how to really start this, but let's talk about the Mandela Effect. And it all starts with Nelson Mandela, even though it has very little to do with him. So let's start at the beginning. Nelson Mandela was a South African political activist who was imprisoned for 27 years and then became president of South Africa. However, some people, actually a lot of people, have these memories of him actually dying while in prison. These memories are absolutely fake and untrue, because he went on to become the president of South Africa. So,
did I think he died in prison? I don't know. I don't know that I can honestly answer that question.
how could they remember him dying while in prison? There are many people that have shared stories about remembering seeing his widow on television and the exact details of his death. This was the first incident to really gain traction where a lot of people misremembered something. That a massive amount of people all thought that the past was something different than it really was. And someone actually coined the term Mandela Effect. It was a paranormal consultant named Fiona Broome that coined this term. Another incident more recently that caused people to massively misremember something was the book series The Berenstain Bears. Now, I read these books when I was a kid, and I remember vividly that it
We all read the Berenstain Bears, right? I'm pretty sure.
was Berenstain, or Stein, E-I-N. But it turns out that it's actually spelled A-I-N. Berenstain Bears? And a lot of people I-N.
Hold on.
Book series The Berenstain Bears. Now, I read these books when I was a kid, and I remember vividly that it was Berenstain, or Stein,
Maybe they changed it? I don't know. You know what else is crazy? So, Chick-fil-A, I feel like I'm 100% certain that it used to be Chick, like C-H-I-C-K. And now it's just like C-H-I-K. Like, I feel like I'm 100% certain that that's what it used to be. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Maybe I'm way off. Maybe that's an example of what they're talking about this video. I don't know. But it's the first thing came to mind.
I-N. But it turns out that it's actually spelled A-I-N. Berenstain Bears? And a lot of people misremember that. Even though it was a book that you read constantly and you were constantly looking at, everyone misremembers. And here's one more example just to settle this. Let's talk about Monopoly. Let's talk about the Monopoly Man, Uncle Pennybags. That's such a weird name. If you were asked to describe him, and someone asked me, can you describe the Monopoly Man? And I said, yeah, he has a top hat and like a monocle, and nope, he does not have a monocle. So the real Monopoly...
I didn't know that was the correct name for it. That's why I called it an eyeglass thing. But I feel who made. I gotta go. I gotta message this guy who made this video. Now I feel like he's taking jabs at my life. Like every example he's getting, I'm like, I know for a fact. So the you know what? It's not. It's probably in the game in the kids' room. All right, never. I was going to go grab my Monopoly game. So
Monopoly Man, and I said, yeah, he has a top hat and like a monocle.
and let's call
nope,
it a monocle.
he does not have a monocle. So the real Monopoly Man does not have a monocle. Maybe we're getting that mixed up with the peanut guy. I don't know. But that's something that a lot of people say, no, he has a monocle. No, he doesn't. So all of those things are the Mandela Effect. Why are we misremembering something so simple? Now this is where it gets a little strange, and this is where people start to figure out, well, why is this happening? Why do people misremember? And it comes down to alternate realities. That at some point there, let me break down what alternate realities are. This is where at every decision point, for every person, for every action ever done, there is a new universe created, a new reality, where there's a reality where my life is exactly the same, but for lunch I went and got McDonald's instead of Burger King, or whatever. That all of these little choices split. So there are drastically different realities where Germany won World War II. You know, there's different realities where the wheel was never invented, or dinosaurs were not killed by the volcano or comet or whatever killed them. There are different realities for every single decision point. So people believe that this misremembering is where we bump up against another reality and maybe something crosses over, or some of our memories are different, or maybe we're...
All right, so this is definitely a different style reaction video. Most of my reactions are around music, but if you've watched my reaction videos, you will find that I am a huge fan of just the opportunity to learn. You know, I love learning stuff. I love doing research to back it up, and I've got multiple bookshelves in the house. Like it's just something I truly enjoy doing. So I don't know. I may check this out, look a little more into it. Y'all let me know down in the comments. Like what do you already know about it? I guess, and is this something new to you also? But yeah, I'll do a few videos about it and kind of get some other ideas and see if see how accurate it is.
We're not in the reality that we're supposed to be. That I remember Nelson Mandela dying, and maybe that's because in my reality he did. And now for some reason I'm here in a reality where he did not die and he went on to become president. What does that mean? There is no clear explanation for how this is happening. There is no answer for, well, here's why you remember things from other realities. Here's why you're not in the reality that you're supposed to be. But people do believe that these coincidences are more than just coincidences. That all of us misremember something because it was true for us. That maybe that's the way it was, and now it's not.
All right, so real quick, I just want to touch bases on something that he just said. So the thought that it is true for us, and it's really interesting choice of words, because if you think about it, a lot of people, or I shouldn't say that, oftentimes people don't realize that fact and truth can be completely different from each other, right? Like fact, like, and I don't want to get into like this huge philosophical rabbit hole, but like facts are what they are. Facts are absolute facts. Truths, well, I can have my own truth. You know, what I believe, how things should be done, what I saw or what I think I saw, that's my truth from my perception, from my interpretation. But you or somebody else can have a completely different truth or different set of beliefs that is an absolute truth to them, right? And it doesn't, my truth being different than theirs doesn't make theirs any less true, all right? Because that's their truth. And I also think that's the reason why we have so many issues and so much conflict when it comes to religion and various forms of spirituality, you know, because the individual takes their truth as this is absolute fact. This is what must exist. Now, there are some facts that are intertwined between various things. And like I said, we're not going to go down that rabbit hole, but this is just something that just kind of came to mind when he said that. Let's get back on topic, though.
Are more than just coincidences. That all of us misremember something because it was true for us. That maybe that's the way it was, and now it's not. But there is no clear answer as to why. So that is what the Mandela Effect is. Now there's a much simpler explanation that the more logical of you might buy into, and that is the fact that we just misremember, and we simply go along with things that we are easily persuaded. So, imagine this. If someone went up to you and they showed you the cover of the Berenstain Bears and they said, "When I was a kid, I remember that being spelled differently," you weren't thinking about this. You weren't really paying much attention to this. You didn't really look at how it was spelled. So now you say, "Was it? I kind of remember that too." Even though
See, I wonder if that just, when I made the comment about Chick-fil-A, I wonder if there's some people who are watching this video and what he's saying right now, I wonder if that was you. So if it was, hey, put it in the comments. Like you said, I enjoy interacting with people back and forth. At some point, I'm going to start doing live videos so we can kind of interact in real time. I've yet to learn how to do that, but we will get to it.
you don't. So there is just this go along with it nature, or you don't have those memories, so you fill in the blanks. Someone says, the Monopoly man always had a monocle. And you're like, yep, that is now the way that I remember him. Because you didn't really have much of a memory about him before. So there's just this notion that it just happens that people say, oh yeah, and they kind of go along with it. That's a much easier to buy explanation than alternate realities. So, what do you think? Is there something that you remember vividly that was not true? And did you share this experience with anyone? Have you ever had one of these Mandela Effect moments of your own? Any of these examples, did you remember it being spelled Berenstain Bears? Do you remember Uncle Pennybags having a monocle? Do you remember Nelson Mandela dying? Do you remember any of these things? So down in the comments, I want you to contribute, talk about the Mandela Effect, what that means, and give me suggestions for other weird things like this that you want us to explain, because this is really interesting and kind of a new direction.
You know what? Just stumbled across this channel, which I'm glad I did. I'm actually going to subscribe as soon as this video finishes. But, yeah, and I'm going to get down in the comments as he's requesting and asking. People may not realize it, but, like, and his channel, I'm sure, is much bigger than mine. But, like, having people interact or get feedback, like, it means a lot, especially when you're trying to stay motivated and drop content on a regular basis. And when you look up and it's like 3 views, 0 comments, and it's like, am I wasting my time? Should I keep doing this? But every view counts, every comment matters. So every person who does either of the two, you're greatly appreciated. Know that.
Direction for us here, but I like it. So if there's other concepts, theories, things that you think would be fun to talk about, let me know. And make sure you like, subscribe, everything. Check out this video from last week where we talked about 20 reasons why aliens have not interacted with us. Why is that? So if you're interested in aliens, click there. We'll see you next week.
Hey, let me know. Do you want to see a reaction to that video about aliens, or do you want to go check it out yourself? I don't know. Like I said, I want to bring a variety of reaction videos, a variety of comments. I know I do a lot of music, but like that's just such a big part of my life. So it's just really comfortable for me to do and things for me to talk about. But I said I love the idea of learning something that's different. Maybe something I haven't looked into a whole lot before. Aliens, I've never, been big into studying aliens or paranormal activity or anything along those lines. I did, for a while, I did look into noetic science. That was very fascinating. But yeah, you let me know down in the comments. Appreciate you for blah, 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 blah. Appreciate you for being here. When I get excited, I talk fast and faster and faster. You should see me when I'm at a car show. But I appreciate you for being here. Steve Dab 317 for now. Signing out. Peace.